Inside 66, view the person anew. It's a short thing, but very, very important. Basically, this is saying you want to live a real, conscious, and aware life, right? So when you go out and you're meeting a person that you've known before or you're getting to know now, let's take an example of the person that you're interacting with and you've known for a while. Now, every time you go with this person now, try to see the reality of the situation. The reality of you, the reality of her or him, or whoever it is, and the reality of your relationship at that moment. You want to be aware of the realness of the situation, meaning don't go and live a habitual life thinking about, oh, we are like this, our relationship is like this. So be aware of the situation here and now. What is really going on here, you know? I'm going to read a little bit. I recommend you, of course, reading all the explanations. Here I'm going to read one when have the book and read it. Here's a sentence. Let us experience, see, learn, and understand the complete person as a whole, as who they are, and to know them without bias as much as we can. So what I mean by that is for you to be sober and clear-minded, meaning your mind to be aware when interacting with your partner, in order to not categorize the experience according to what society and some other sources have presented to you. See, what I'm basically saying is a tendency for people to live an unconscious life, to live life as others have determined for them. Even the definition of things that they're involved in. They start to define it according to what others have defined as. They're not having a real experience here and now. And so that's what I'm encouraging you to get involved in. You are live being, and you're very conscious. You have the ability to be very conscious. You have so many wants, desires. I'm trying to say you're a very complex being of all sorts. And so is your partner, and also your relationship with each other. It's a very complex thing. It's not static. It's evolving and growing and like that. You don't want to categorize your interaction with your partner as what others have presented as, oh yeah, this is what that is. No. It is what it is right here. I try to experience that. It's very complex. It's very hard to say, oh, well, it's categorized according to that. No, it's a very complex thing. Even one individual is very hard to analyze and put into category, and very much less we're able to categorize a relationship between two complex beings. So be aware and alive and conscious of the experience that you're here and having here and now. as we said earlier in the other insights, that you're a very complex being. The other person is complex. You're not likely to connect on many levels. And so it's up to you to get together and really swap, interchange, relate to each other about, communicate what are you thinking, what are you feeling on so many levels, and what is she and he is feeling and thinking, and to swap stories, swap perspectives, try to understand each other, because you have to understand that you're very complex, very different. Your actions, you may do an action that the other person will misunderstand, because your actions have, she or he may draw conclusions from these actions, when in fact you didn't have any intention to mean that. What your action meant is, to them, is something different than what you meant. You know, you're complex and completely different beings. So you need to communicate and learn from each other. What's going on with you? What am I? What are you like? You know, and in order to really learn, you have to be alive, conscious, and aware. And it's like swimming with dolphins, you know, or swimming in the sea, and you come across this new species or all species, whatever, but you just don't know how they're going to react. So you're very conscious and aware of how you're going to interact with this person and what it means, you know, with this sea creature. Well, that's what we are. We're so complex. They are very complex. And you want to get to learn about each other. But you have to be very cautious and aware.